It is the Daily Ticket. And yes, indeed, we got a lot going on in the sports world. Of course, what just took place here in Philadelphia, putting that to the side for just a second. NBA season started last night. If you paid attention to any of it, I caught like a few minutes of the Lakers and Nuggets game, and that was about it. I had nothing in my system
I'm
to do
surprised you
anything.
watch any sports after the Phillies.
Well, I needed to find something.
Did you? I found a bowl of ice cream. That's what I found.
Oh, I found a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh, nice. That's a
Yeah.
good one. If I don't have ice cream, that's the second one. Especially
So
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's great.
that is John Jansen. I am Sean Brace. This is the Daily Ticket. So there was this dude that hit me up. So last night I'm watching the game, and you know this. My wife was coming home from a work trip,
My
so we were
wife.
waiting up. It was a little later. Nothing too crazy. Like my daughter goes to bed. She's probably sleeping, and that's a whole process by 9:30. I would say 9:15, 9:30 at the latest. Last night was my wife ended up getting home at 9:45. So anyways, I put this tweet out like 8:30, the quarter to 9, whatever it was. And this dude's like, my 4-year-old is in bed by 6:30. And I'm like, how? How is that even possible?
That's
You don't have
not
a kid,
possible.
so you have no idea. But like, I don't get home till 6:30.
No. I've seen my brother and sister try and put down their kids. They try for like 7, 8, and obviously, those
Yeah.
kids stay up a lot longer than that. It's hard to put
7:30,
those kids to bed.
7:30 is tubby time. 8:00. I mean, it's a whole hour process getting dressed,
Yeah.
reading the book, getting the milk.
But then you got to get them calmed down, or you got to get them comfortable, or you got to
Oh,
make sure that
man,
whatever thing they need before bed. Yeah,
I mean,
it's a lot.
obviously, I hope he wasn't saying anything like that to me because to each their own. Whatever you got to do to make work, God bless him. If he can make their kid go to bed 6:30 every night, I don't know how that's. But what do they sleep till? Like, do they go 6 to 3 a.m., 4 a.m.? There's no way they go 6 to 6.
No way.
shot.
Yeah, that's
So,
even a better point. Yeah, what time do
yeah.
they get up? Like 2 or 3?
Yeah, my daughter's up like 6:30 at the latest. So, anyways, I
The
found
way
that.
you said that, to hear that in your voice, wakes up
Yeah.
at 6:30.
So, yeah, that's what it was last night. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because that really was like, it was cool. I didn't give a damn about anything. The wife is back. That's all my focus was on. Like, everything was good from that standpoint. It's been a madhouse for the last 5 days here.
Oh, great. Yeah, you have somebody to return to you. I have nobody. I was alone eating ice cream, huddled up next to my mint crumble ice cream.
Oh, man. All right. So,
Getting
look,
angrier by the second.
I know we got to get you an opportunity to get stuff off your chest and say what you want about the Phillies and what just happened in 5 or 6 and 7 and the folding, of course, in 7 more than anything, but losing to the Arizona Diamondbacks, a team in which you said had no shot of beating the LA Dodgers.
Thank you.
So many people are.
That haunted me. Everybody's talking about Garrett Stubbs, talking about the poll. Me, I jinxed it. I was the one who said they weren't even getting out of the Dodgers series, and here they are beating the Phillies. It was me. It was my fault.
I think people are definitely misconstruing the comment from Stubbs. I do want to say this. Like, I am not saying the Phillies lost because of Garrett Stubbs.
They did not lose because of Garrett Stubbs.
That comment is a Hall of Fame quote, dude.
It's
like,
awesome.
you got to suck it up and eat it. And it's up there with Vince.
See, that's the thing. If you talk trash, you get trash talked back to you if you lose. It's the circle of life, Sean Brace. Like, if Orlando Arcia, if Bryce Harper didn't hit a home run against Arcia, guess what? Arcia's probably talking trash to Harper, and it's great. It's awesome. Like, good for that. It's awesome. I love trash.
Have you paid attention to our Instagram page?
No.
Oh, it's lit.
No.
It's lit.
I haven't even checked Instagram. I know Instagram is probably just burning on fire through all of this.
It is lit right now with everybody coming back. We got Braves fans, we got Mets fans, we got people just firing.
I had a viral, not viral, but I had a tweet go off when Ranger Suarez was about to start Game 3, and I'm getting a lot of those now. Like, what now? You know, I said good luck, and they're like, "Oh, good luck now. What happened?"
Yeah,
it's like the thing is,
those people.
Good luck. Even Blooper got in the chat. You know what? Bleep off, Blooper. You know what? No, nothing will hurt me. None of your words will hurt me more than what happened last night. I am more. You know what? I will join you. I'm upset at them. I'm mad at the Phillies. Like, I'm not going to defend any of that and be defensive. No, they sucked. I agree.
It was terrible.
Can't tell me that they didn't.
So with that, anything you want to get off your chest that you didn't just say there?
They blew. I mean, I don't know if I've seen many series where I saw a team play better through most of it and lose it. And we could talk about the last two games fine. Games 6 and 7 were bad. We could talk about Harper, Turner, and Kyle Schwarber, and whatever that Inquirer piece was. I think it was by Marcus Hayes. Like, throw that out the trash. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all relevant. Comparing it to
Don't
Joel
even
Embiid,
read
James
that.
Harden, like it's the lowest hanging fruit you could ever put out. But
Yeah, Marcus Hayes does it.
to me, it was they missed opportunities. In game 3, it was a 2-1 game. Hit with runners in scoring position a little bit. And you know, that comes back to me because everybody wants to say, and I rightfully get it, you should be upset that in game 6 and game 7, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, and Kyle Schwarber couldn't hit anything. That's bad, can't happen. I get it. But the baseball person in me, the numbers person in me goes, well, were they gonna hit 500 still? Was their OPS going to go from, they were already hitting 1,200. You know, Bryce Harper had a 1,200 OPS through the playoffs. Was he going to do better than that? You know, and my thing is, you had opportunities, and guys like Alec Boehm and Stott didn't pull their weight. They did it at the last game. That's too late, though. It's the last game of the season. You're coming up with these. You need those when you're down 2-1, or you're tied 1-1 in game 3, and you need a hit. You know, those guys need to come up with hits. Yeah, and they didn't. And Nick Castellanos, I think, is the biggest one, too. Nick Castellanos is 1 for 24. He deserves way more blame than Harper, Turner, or Schwarber does. He's the worst of them all. No, but it's that grouping there that just had all those chances to knock in runners and didn't do it. So you blew game 3, you blew game 4, and essentially, you know, I know you were still in a good spot, and I like the spot that you were in, but you can't continue to blow games like that and think, you know what, we'll come back and, you know, we'll still win this series. We're still at home, all of that. You know, that was good talk, and even I talked that talk, but that's not how things work. You blow games like that, you blow series. And they did. They blew games 3 and 4, and that cost them.
Yep. I got nothing else to add. That's it. That's, you know, Luke joined us, just played it, and, you know, they nailed it with everything from the runners in scoring position, the guys coming up flat.
Yep.
And
hey, I don't know. To me, I look at the numbers that Turner and Harper and all them put up. It's just, how can it get better? You know, what do you want them to do? I love how we don't blame the guys that are hitting historically, and then don't blame the guys that are not doing anything.
Well, I think it goes to, you know, to the 2 games, right? Like that's
right. It does.
You got to focus on the 2 games, 6 and 7 at home, and they were over, right?
I guess for me, there's just too much focus on those 2 games when they didn't blow those 2 games. They just couldn't hit, which happens in baseball. They blew 2 games. They had 2 games that they should have won. They had chances to win, and they completely blew it. That's where they lost the series to me.
I, you know, wish there's nothing you can do about it, but Kimbrel is just, you knew he was a disaster. You knew that, look, I can pull you 4 people off my Facebook, Chris Sack being one of them. I know that I was thinking it. I know that there was
we all knew coming into the playoffs
there, but that Kimbrel was going to be, you know, just a guy that was going to come up short, and if his number was called upon, a liability, and he exactly was. It's just unfortunate that you got to use them, and that's just the way it is, you know, with those managers. You would like to believe that he would, like, the intuition would be there for a guy like Topper to go, maybe we don't use Kimbrel, but that's not how they work. You know, when they get paid the money, you got to play them. And, you know, I just, oh, well, like I said, 6 and 7 is the focus for me more than anything. Teach their own.
It's funny how I'll see a series play out or a postseason play out, and people start changing what they say about players, you know, depending on performance and stuff. So everybody was questioning, you know, why wouldn't you start using Hoffman more in those leverage roles? Well, those same people, when Hoffman, I think was game 2, gave up that home run to Riley, everybody's going, well, see, Jeff Hoffman's just not that good. You know, this is the guy that went to Cincinnati, Colorado, didn't do anything. He hasn't been good. He was a minor league player. You know, that we gotta hold off on Jeff Hoffman. And then Rob Thompson does that, uses him in lower leverage situation. And everybody goes, well, you know, you got to start using him in Kimbrel's spot because Kimbrel's not good enough. Well, okay, well, now you see what a manager's trying to think and how that's, you know, rotating in his head. You know, where should I use these guys, especially if they're not performing well? I think the easiest solution was using Hoffman. You know, I think Hoffman's been great. You had to trust it. But I understand why you wouldn't want to, or why you would try and use Kimbrel, because Kimbrel's been your guy, even if he is flaming out, because you don't know what Hoffman's going to be like. And in game 2, when you gave him the spot, he didn't do it. It's funny how, everybody kind of puts themselves in a circle, in a pretzel, trying to think of all these bullpen managerial decisions, when really it just came down to, it did come down to Kimbrel a bit, so I can't say it didn't. But you just got to Kimbrel's got to make his pitches. Also hit when you have the opportunities to, and you win games 3 and 4.
All right. Well, time to put that one behind us.
You sound like you're very much done with talking about the Phillies. You sound like you got nothing left. Like, this is it.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing. I mean,
you talk with Luke, you're like, I got it all out of my system. This is just depressing now.
There's nothing to add other than, hey, who do you got in the World Series? Diamondbacks are plus 145. Crazy.
Is the World Series happening?
Yeah, Jeff Parles said it yesterday. Take the National League either way at that number, plus 445, now down to plus 145.
Because the Rangers had to throw out Scherzer twice, and he was awful on both. And really, it was Adolis Garcia. I don't know if I was saying Adolis. Adolis Garcia, who just went unconscious for them to win that series. So I get that. But the thing is, Texas does have Creed on their side. So
yeah,
that's got to it's got to count for something. I mean,
can you take me higher?
It was all about the song. See, Dancing on My Own wasn't strong enough. Texas gets Creed, and not the best Creed song either, but whatever. People like that song. But they get Creed, and boom, they're in the World Series again. Or not again, but they're in the World Series. Good chance.
That song is gone, and
that song is way. I don't even know if I can listen to that song ever again now.
That is a complete choke job by our Titans. So we're moving on to the next one, and let's talk a little bit about what's taking place this evening, because you have to be excited if you are a sports fan. NBA is back. I said yesterday. Of course, the games. I didn't really tune in too much, but today will be locked in, and it's all because of Victor Wembanyama. Yes. So
how much do you put a ban on? Because when SportsCenter was relevant, I like SportsCenter. I can't say too many bad things. But when a loss like this happens, it would take a while for me to tune in again.
I'm already over it.
You're what?
Yeah, I'm over it.
No, it's going to take a while, especially because I have to pay attention to the World Series. I'm not going to watch it. Why would I watch game 1 when FAU Charlotte's on? That's prime Conference USA action.
I mean, I don't know how much of the World Series I'm going to tune into, but I'm already over it from the standpoint of, like, last night. I was like, damn, we just coughed up some gigs. We had this going. We had that going. I ordered beanies. I ordered red beanies.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But the cinnamon joint's back.
I'll still take
I know. So, like I said,
I like a good beanie. Yeah.
But there are good things to pay attention to. First of all, Thursday Night Football, right? We got college football. Thursday Night Football is going to feature the Bills tomorrow. The Dogs seem to be to play, and Parles is just shot out again. He put that thought into my mind, so I'm paying attention to that a little bit more.
I know. I don't know if I can get with him on the Tampa Bay one, though.
Plus 8.5, I might be able to take that. But
that's a good point. That's a good point.
And then, look, the number 1 overall pick, this dude is, we toss around the term generational talent a lot. It seems like this dude is the definition of that. This guy might have been the one that we should have held out the phrase for. Like, all love and respect to LeBron James.
Right, he's the Trevor Lawrence of NBA prospects.
Wemby is just a whole nother level. And I don't know what we're going to get. And I think that the books are somewhat guessing to a point as well. And I think tonight's a night that you pull up a chair and you settle in and you watch the Dallas Mavericks and Spurs and you get in on some Wembanyama props, because ultimately this dude can go for 30 plus. People are telling me he's not a rebound type of guy. Okay, cool. But if he plays 35 minutes tonight, he's probably going to pull down 10 boards, right? Setting the bar pretty low there.
Yeah. And I know you got some pushback on that because he didn't rebound well during the preseason, and I completely understand.
Played 21 minutes.
But yeah, he's going to play more. Also, he's just going to naturally get a few rebounds just because of his length. And he has to obviously work for, the extra few to be able to get a double-double. But the guy's 7'4". I mean, he is. He's going to get his own rebounds at times. He's going to get his own rebounds from when he shoots a three. That's just the kind of easy rebounding he will get at times. It's not always going to result in a double-double. It's not like he's standing in the paint like a center, like a usual 7-foot player like Joel Embiid and grabbing all those boards. He plays in the perimeter. He's more of like I have to say a guard, but he's more of a wing player, tries to play like, but still with that kind of size, you luck into, or at least your size gets you a few rebounds. So yeah, I think double-double is certainly in play.
I think he leads the league in blocks this year.
Oh, he will definitely lead the league in blocks.
Like when you go back in time in the history of the game and you look at like David Robinson led the NBA in 3.9 swats per game as a rookie. Like this dude is not a rookie per se, right? Like he's developed his game across seas. He's been up
that was
against
one
some
that
of the
stood out
best
to me
out
in the
there.
preseason, right? I don't know if it did to you, but
yeah,
it's not completely polished, but he's got good. He's already got good.
He's not a rookie.
He's
not a rookie. So he's ahead of the game on that. It comes down to two parts for me tonight, and I'm just talking specifically tonight. Don't really care to talk about anything from the future market unless you're more than welcome to, of course. I put $5 down. He was 90-1 to be an MVP. It was just a joke. I have that ticket. It's such a long shot, but like my thought process was, this dude's so dominant. What if this Spurs team makes the playoffs as a 2 or 3 or a 4 seed, right? Like Popovich is going to be up there for coach of the year. And if they do, it's because of Wemby going completely bonkers. If he averages 30 points per game, he's going to get votes as the MVP. Why not? $5 pays out $4.90, I think. Who cares? Whatever. But defensive player of the year is definitely on the table. Rookie of the year, of course. So, but tonight, for me, with tonight's game, double-double, right? And it comes down to two things. One, Popovich playing time. Two, will the refs turn it into a ref show, or will they swallow their whistle and realize that we're here to watch the Frenchman? That's the question.
It's going to be interesting if
it is a home game for the Spurs.
Because we saw, he was over internationally. We even just saw during FIBA play that it is called different. The game is called way different here. So is that, I don't know what that's like for players if they do end up getting in more foul trouble, or things that are just different for them and they don't completely get the feel for the game, at least the NBA early. But that is something, I would worry about. Certainly foul calls and him getting called, but the play itself is going to be fantastic. Like the play itself, it's just so hard because you're right. He's generational. It is so hard to grasp just how much he's going to change the game and how good he is going to look. And we notice the things that he does that nobody else can do until we actually see it, right? Like, because we could have an idea of what it could look like, but then even during the preseason, we saw plays that we couldn't even wrap our minds around. Like we couldn't even in our possible wildest imagination think way ahead and go, oh yeah, I could have definitely saw him doing that or see that come. There will be things that we just go, I have never thought in a million years a player of that size, that caliber can do what he just did. And it's going to happen over and over again, I feel like. So yeah, if he's playing the minutes, which I'm sure he's going to play the minutes early, I don't know what the minutes are going to be like with Pop. I know he definitely invented the rest thing. But if he's playing and he's getting the minutes, he's going to get the points, he's going to get the rebounds, he's going to get blocks, he's going to be great. And I can't wait to see it.
Win total for the Spurs, fourth lowest in the league at 29.5. Again, like I have no interest in betting the Spurs to make the playoffs or anything along those lines. It's just one player and one player only, with some guessing from time to time, and how Pop is going to handle him. But I do believe that if you were to take a future, the rookie of the year is a pretty damn good bet. It's at -130. I know there's some pretty good names out there, Chet and Scoop, at the top of the list, but Wemby is dude, these highlights are jaw dropping.
Yeah.
He does play 65 plus games. I think that's his award 100%.
And we know you don't have to play a full season. It's a different award than the MVP.
Yeah.
We saw that with LaMelo. LaMelo won MVP and Rookie of the Year and really didn't play all that much. I think it was LaMelo, right? Wasn't
I believe so. I think you're correct. Either that or his brother.
I think it was LaMelo.
Okay.
He didn't play much, and everybody's like, "Oh, he only played 50-something games."
Yes. So what I would say is that from the standpoint of tonight into the next week, for Wemby. I really do believe that the books will be not guessing. They know what he's capable of, but at the same time, there's money to be made. And if you get into these alternate numbers, they are shifting really fast. The
Yeah, you
great
might
Mike.
be able to get into some of those with Wemby because it is going to fluctuate with him, right? But
Yep.
you bet him on the
Oh,
right night.
fluctuate. Listen to this. It already has. Just as far as this is concerned, the great Mike Meach hit me up. We were talking a little earlier this morning. He placed a bet last night on I'm trying to pull it up just exactly what the numbers were.
Wemby
It's
like 10
down from
blocks.
plus 1,700 down to a little over 1,000 right now. Took him 25 and 10, 25 points, 10 boards
Wow.
to go
That's a
over
huge
both.
shift, by the way.
Yeah, but it dropped from plus 1,773 to plus 1,074. That's
I just
current.
meant
That's the
fluctuate
FanDuel.
like as a rookie. And scores fluctuate anyway. It's the NBA, and some nights you're going to hit your shot, and some nights you aren't. But as a rookie, he still has to feel out the game a little bit. But there are some nights he's going to be on, and he's going to hit 35, 40 points, and some nights it's maybe only 15 to 18. But this guy has a high ceiling for scoring capacity just because of his size. And some nights are going to be way easier than others. So yeah, it's certainly matchups, things like that we can look at once we get a little bit of a sample size and see what he can do. We can kind of exploit some of those. But yeah, I mean, there are going to be nights that you can take alt stuff and cash high on Wemby, I would imagine.
So where are you at tonight? Because I will tell you that's what I'm at. I'm a double plus 340 on DraftKings Sportsbook, sprinkling on that, and I got some alternate stuff. I got them to 8 boards, 15 points.
What about
and
like 5 blocks? How about that? Can we get there?
He's
at least
going
3. What's his block? I imagine it's going to be set at 2.5 because he had 2.8 blocks. So it's either going to be 2.5 blocks. If it's anything lower than that, that would surprise me. I don't even know if you can take alt blocks.
Oh, by the way, DraftKings has a 50% boost on anything NBA today for new users. 5 will get you 200 as well. Make sure you use Brace as a promo code. But as far as Wemby is concerned tonight, I got the same game parlay in front of me. First of all, the numbers to Mavericks minus 4.5, 231 is your total in that one. Spurs plus 145 in the money line. Again, got no interest in that. But Wemby, as far as points,
yeah, good luck betting sides in the NBA at any point in this season. It's just
what's the number you want to give him? 15, 18 and a half?
Why? Wait, his blocks?
No points. Anything points?
Points. I think he at least gets over 20 tonight. He's gonna have the ball enough.
We'll go 18 and a half, and then we'll go blocks. How many? 4 plus?
You want to go 4
as
plus?
High as it goes. We'll go 4 plus, highest it goes. Anything
because
rebounds?
He is going. I think he's going to make
that right there. That right there. Oh no, hang on, because I got something else in here. Okay.
Because I'm sure he's like playing somewhat hard in the preseason. I imagine he's going to dial that up, especially for game 1. So those perimeter shots, we're seeing him like go from the paint to blocking a perimeter 3-point shot. I imagine you see a couple of those tonight.
He's got just a DraftKings with the 3 picks here, over 8.5 boards, 18.5 points, 4 plus blocks. Excuse me. That's 15-1. Getting rid of the rebounds is plus 525. So 18.5 points, 4 plus blocks. He's at plus 525. I like that. Yeah, that's a really nice payout. Man, I can't tell you how many times
everybody's going to look at that blocks though and go, "What the heck are you guys talking about?"
I don't think I've
be shocked by that, but
I think there's probably 2 or 3 times I've ever bet blocks, ever.
Yeah, and that's the part he's going to change the most. If he is even 1 foot outside of the paint, he's covering the 3-point line. He's already covering it. You have no way to shoot that. I think I remember like even seeing in preseason, breaking down videos of how much he is affecting guys' shots from the 3-point line because they are just so afraid that he takes 1 step forward, jumps up in the air with his vertical and puts his hand up that you have no chance of shooting over him. That's how intimidating his size is and his athleticism is. And he's going to block shots. He's going to block a ton of shots. He had 5 blocks against Golden State. He had 5 blocks.
Let's do 4 here. Let's go 18.5 and 4, and we'll get on plus 525. That's
so
a play.
4 once, but again, he's not playing. He played 21 minutes against Golden State. Had fun.
Yeah, it's freakish. It's really freakish. So we'll go with that, and then I also have the one with the double plus 340. Those are my 2 Wemby plays. Good luck to everybody else out there, man. That's how I'm getting involved. 9:30, I believe, the start time again tonight. Once again, Spurs and the Mavs. Sixers, 60 seconds on the Sixers.
Oh. Okay. 60.
James
you want me to
Harden.
go now? Okay, yeah, James Harden. He's not playing. There you go.
Yeah. It's already a disaster.
I guess game one, we know Maxey now is going to have to take over the point guard role. Because I don't think, Beverly's going to take it over game one and things like that. So it's going to be Maxey that takes over as point guard. And I'm mildly interested in if there is any difference or he gets better at distribution and changing, because he has no change of pace. That guy, Maxey's one speed and one speed only. And you can't really do that as a point guard. You got to have a feel for the game, change the pace when needed, things like that. I wonder if Nick Nurse can help that. Nick Nurse is a good coach. I think he's really good with point guards. And I wonder if he can help Maxey in that role, kind of figure that out a little bit, because I know that's been tough for him to figure out.
Yeah, it all comes down to Maxey. We know that. That's for sure. And,
I think right now, yeah, definitely.
Excited about that one. Just to let everybody know, they open up the season tomorrow night on the road in Milwaukee, and that number currently sits at 5.5. Sixers catching 5.5.
So you're already down a starting point guard, and you have to defend Damian Lillard. Nice. Good.
Yeah, I don't know how this.
Can't wait.
I mean, it's the NBA. Anything's possible.
Beverly's going to be fouled out in the first half.
I would definitely take the Bucks in that one. All right.
I think.
Yeah. John Jansen, great stuff as usual. I'm sure you and Tansy will be recording a Union Soccer podcast as the playoffs are fast approaching here.
I'm so
Let's
scared.
Get over to the heartbreak of that team.
I know. I'm just so scared. I'm so cynical right now that all I can think of, and the Union have been good in the playoffs. They've been great. Got a little bit better towards the end of the season. But all I can think of is, how are they going to disappoint me? How is this next team going to break my heart? It's going to be great. I can't wait for it.
The life of a Philadelphia sports fan.
It's awful.
Right. Keep it moving here on a Wednesday Daily Ticket. Don't go anywhere. More after this.